What specifically do you not remember from the multicultural part?
Well, I have the notes in front of me. I guess like speech variation, dialect, and then foreign accent or language influence speech influence.
Yeah, we'll have to know those for sure.
Oh, so then these are things that we, okay. So then to me, I feel like she wants us to know that these are not speech disorders.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
they're
then,
not.
okay.
Because this would help you. This will help you when you're doing work with kids who have English as their second language.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's about. So that way you don't miss something or add something that wasn't actually there.
Yeah, it goes through a few examples. I mean, really the heart of it is she wants us to know that there's speech variation, dialect, and foreign accent. Like she wants us to know all three of those.
Okay, so then,
but then beyond, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so then she does want us to know that these three are not a speech disorder.
Yeah.
However, she wants us to define speech variation, dialect, and then foreign accent.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
She will want that. And she also wants us to know that in terms of the actual issues with that, like kind of what Autumn said, one of the things is definitely making sure that you know the nature of dialects and foreign accents, because that way you don't confuse them with an SSD. The second thing that the textbook says is that you want to make sure you know the speech characteristics of those two, the dialects and the foreign accents as well. And then you want to make sure that you're able to actually know how the standards of any language, whether it be English or some other language that the child speaks, you know how those rules of that language affect a child with an SSD.
Okay.
So you want to know all of those things really to make sure that your assessment is comprehensive and you haven't mislabeled the child. You just know where you're coming from with the child's perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably especially challenging if someone has both.
Yeah. So does anyone want to define the three characteristics of the speech variation, dialect, and foreign accent? The first one I do understand. It's the difference in speech that arises from dialect or foreign accents. So I feel like it's Spanish or not Spanish, speech variation, and then it like breaks off to dialect and then foreign accents. So for foreign accents, I don't understand dialect too much, but for foreign accents, it's speech in which characteristics are carried over from one language to another. And the example she used was Spanish influenced English. Which, you know, as someone who speaks Spanish, like I totally understand this. Like I know what a foreign accent is. My mom was born and raised in Mexico, and she still has an accent after speaking English for over 20 years. So that one I understand, but for dialect, that's where I'm having a little bit trouble understanding.
So the way that I understand a dialect is if you look at it by region, so the US, if you look at like the Eastern Seaboard.
Mm-hmm.
So when they speak to you, they're speaking in English, but some of their words sound different. Or like the southern part of the US, they have that long southern draw. That is a dialect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did that kind of help you?
But wouldn't that consider an accent though?
It's
Mhm.
technically it's a dialect because, well, it's a little of both, but mostly it would fall under a dialect.
Okay,
Because
so then let's say, you know, our English compared to like British English. To us, that would be a dialect, or would that be an
No, that would
accent?
be
that would
an
be an
accent
Oh, okay.
because it's from a different country. It's not
Country.
from a certain region of the same area.
A dialect is the same country.
Oh, okay. So like,
That's
for
the best
example,
way.
like New Jersey, like they have that New
Yes.
Jersey accent.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
No, we don't.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Or like a New Yorker, or like
I think in the PowerPoint she used Boston.
Boston. Oh yeah, the Boston
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah. So those are a dialect.
Okay, to us
Yeah,
that's a
people-
dialect, but like for someone else that would be considered an accent, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
the correct term is a dialect. It's just the lay person says accent. But it is I'm actually looking at right now, if you type in New York City English, it says it's a regional dialect of American English.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
there you go.
that makes it easier because it's just we're all speaking English, but our dialects are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there, to a degree, though, a dialect might include different expressions, though. A dialect is not just an accent. A dialect is also words and local expressions that are
Right.
used.
Definitely.
A dialect encompasses more than just an accent,
Mhm.
you know?
It's
Like if I told you, hey, get out of here, you'd be offended. But if I say something to somebody in New Jersey, when they say something to me and I say, get out of here, they're not offended because they know it's got a different meaning there.
Yeah,
So something like that then?
right.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's why it says speech and language variations in their characteristics. So it's particular to that region.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
like, okay, for example, like in some parts of the country, people say soda, and other parts they say pop.
Mhm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a perfect,
Soda.
that's a perfect example right there.
It's got the
Okay.
soda, the acronym.
Soda. Or like the cart, like the shopping cart. Some people call it like wagon or trolley, or what do they call it? Trolley? Or is that an English accent? Like,
That's technically English accent. So that's where it gets kind of confusing.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna stick with the example soda and pop.
Yeah.
So you'll find that in many languages. So like in a lot of Native American languages, the dialect is different.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a perfect example.
Okay, wait though. That being said, isn't there also technically, and I'm sorry if I confuse anyone with this, with Spanish, aren't there technically regional variants of Spanish? So would you call that, yeah, so would you call those accents or dialects? Like, let's say Latin American Spanish versus Spain Spanish versus, oh wait, I'm thinking
There's
of languages.
dialects.
No, but
My
like,
brother-
there's-
They're dialects.
My brother lives in Puerto Rico and they have different words in Puerto Rico for the same thing that is
No,
in Mexico.
it's okay. I just remember Latin American Spanish is a different language from Spain. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
So
forget
in
that.
different parts, so for us, like Puerto Rican Spanish, that would be considered a foreign accent to us. Only because like they have different meanings for, oh, actually maybe it could be a dialect.
Like people from Mexico call beans frijoles.
Mm-hmm.
In Puerto Rico, there are habituales.
Hmm.
That's
Got
what
it.
you have. That's what you have with your arroz. You don't have frijoles with arroz in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, completely different word. And I
Yes.
had
Yeah.
I had 3 years of Spanish in high school and 2 years in college. And then I visited Puerto Rico and Mexico, and everybody looked at me like I was an idiot because they teach you Castilian Spanish in school.
So
Yeah.
basically, the best way to think of it is within the language,
Mhm.
you know, not across. Or again, it could also just be within the same country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I learned the best thing to do is when I'm in Puerto Rico and Mexico is just speak English. Anyway,
Okay. Anyway, yeah, okay. So going over, because that was our last question right there. So what is the articulatory system, structures, and mechanism that we use to produce speech? What are the articulators needed for speech? Lips, teeth, I'm saying this wrong. Alveolar ridge. Did I say that right? Probably not.
Good.
Close
Oh, I
enough.
did. Tongue, hard plate, soft plate, vocal cords, and jaw. And then if you want to include the uvula, I guess you could include that. Since it was on the on our homework. What is the International Phonetic Alphabet, also known as IPA? It's the phonetic alphabet to transcribe speech. They are symbols, not letters. In standard American English, there are over 40 phonemes that we use to produce words. Phonemes equal sounds. Phonemes are the smallest unit of sound in language. Consonant cluster, they are a group of consonant within a word without a vowel separating them. What is speech sound disorder, SSD, also known as speech delay? It is an impairment of individual sound systems resulting in significant problems with speech sound production. Articulation impairment disorder, it is the inability to articulate certain speech sounds correctly. There are 4 types of articulation errors, which are SOTA. You have S for substitution. It changes one sound to a different sound. O, omissions, leaves out a sound. D, where's it at? Oh,
Distortion.
distortion. It's close to making the sound, but it's distorted. So like lisp would be an example for this. And then A, addition, adding a sound that does not belong in the word. Multicultural issue, dialect and linguistic diversity. This is not, and I stress this is not a speech disorder. Speech variation, it is a difference in speech that arises from a dialect or foreign accent. And then it goes off to accents and foreign accents and dialect. Dialect is a speech language variation characteristics of a group of speakers from a particular region within a country. So for example, in some areas in America, soda is considered soda and then pop is soda. Foreign accents, it is speech which characteristics are carried over from one language into another. Anyone want to add anything to this? We're all good.
Well, one thing I was just going to say is just make sure that you really look at the textbook in terms of the issues, because like it explicitly says what the issues are in relation to those things. And then the other thing is, I think we also have to cover the frontal and lateral lisp stuff, because if you look at the whole list, there's the part with the article on a lisp. And I think that that technically was the last bullet point. I could be wrong, but I think she wants us to know the difference between frontal and lateral, as well as like what the causes are, if any. And then like how they're treated or what's recommended. Because there's that one, if you guys know what I'm talking about, the article that she gave us on Lisp, and it covers all of that.
Right.
So that could be up for a game for sure.
Mhm.
Do you guys want to go over frontal and lateral lisp? Would you guys be comfortable doing that? Just in case.
I'm okay.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. So the frontal or interlateral lisp, it is the most common in children. This type of lisp is common. The tongue pushes forward, producing, past the front teeth, forcing airflow out of the mouth. So like, just like we did in our experiment, having the tongue at the tip of the ridge, or having our tip of our tongue press against the ridge.
That's the lateral
That's
lisp.
a lateral.
Oh,
So
it is?
a frontal.
Yeah.
A frontal would be sun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I am confusing that. I am so sorry for
Whereas
confusing
if,
anyone.
if we did a lateral, we would sound like Sid the Sloth. So we would say
Oh, you're right.
Oh my God.
Okay, so then frontal, hold on, let me see this. So, okay, so then frontal is like having the airflow out from the front of the mouth, and then lateral would be the tongue, the tip of the tongue is in a similar position when making the L sound. So having it on the roof of the mouth,
Yeah. on
and
the
then
out-
having
of-
the okay, so then one is like forcing the front teeth of airflow, and the other one is having the tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth,
Mhm.
basically.
Right, yep.
Okay.
yeah. So with the lateral one, I guess the best way to think about it is if you have a lateral lisp, things get gross and wet
Yep.
because everything's coming from the side of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. And it's also important to note that lateral lisps are never part of typical development. The frontal is up till like age 4, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the lateral one, no.
Okay, so that's why the frontal is common in children, and then the lateral, it's like not found in typical speech development. Like this
Yeah.
is not supposed to be part of it.
The frontal one is like the Looney Tunes, like Daffy Duck one. The one that most people think of when they think of Lisp, basically. And everyone's like, oh, that's so cute. And it's like, well, wait till they get older.
Mhm.
Then it's not.
Then it's all messy and yucky.
Well,
Yeah.
the second one is, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, great. It's a good thing we went over it because I was totally wrong on that. Hold on, let me see if I can get this.
Has anybody done the observation yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm halfway done because I watch it like 3 times just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So I've gone through twice and I'm watching it again as I'm typing, just because her list is so prominent that it's really hard to type everything that I'm seeing. And then also from like a teacher's standpoint, I'm all she's very distracted. Like at this point, I would have been like, how about we try again tomorrow?
That's why it's 38 minutes.
Yeah,
Somewhat, yeah.
She's
I
super
know,
distracted.
I started watching it and I was, like, again, like I've told you guys before, well, Olivia, you weren't here when I mentioned I'm old enough to be everybody's grandmother. And, I'm like the resident old fart of the class. And, so, I started watching it and I was like, oh my God, 38 minutes of this. And I know I'm gonna have to watch it more than once. And I thought to myself, oh, this is not gonna be fun. So that's why I was wondering, what other people's experiences were like.
Yeah.
It-
But the good thing is it gives you a lot of examples to talk
Yeah.
about. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this one's been easier than the last one.
yeah, there's definitely a lot in it. And I appreciate that because those last ones were pretty hard finding what she was asking for.
Especially the second one with
Yeah.
Josie.
Yes.
That one was like,
Yes, I did not score well on those observations, and I thought I caught them. And I didn't on the other observation, especially on the second one, other than the fact that I thought her parents were obnoxious and I wanted to smack them for teasing her, you know, geez Louise. But this one, but the thing is, I guess, and I don't want to go off on a tangent here like I am, but how much on 38 minutes, how much are we supposed to document? I mean, it seems to me like on 38 minutes that if with this little girl at the rate she was going just in the first few minutes, I was like, am I going to be writing 2,000 words or what?
I mean, the nice thing is the questions are fairly specific. Like they're like, give 3 examples of this and 3 examples of, I mean, not 3, well, like 3 examples specifically within content, form, and use. And then within those, whatever examples you have of those specific domains. So yeah, if you just look at it that way, then it's okay.
Well, that's what I did the last time. I gave like 3 examples and I scored low. So whatever.
He's like, I'm over it.
I
No matter
mean, we just have to accept that this is how this class is.
I know I've never had such a low grade point average in a class before. So when she keeps emphasizing you just have to have a 70, I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking this is a recurring theme in this class. I need to get over it. So I'm not going to be in the National Honor Society in this semester. Okay.
All right, ladies. Well, that's all for tonight, unless anyone has any questions or concerns. We might meet up again probably tomorrow for those who couldn't make it today, or maybe Saturday. If there isn't one, then I guess just watch over the YouTube video that Becky posted. She did record this, and she will be posting she already posted part 1 on YouTube, and then she will be posting this part on YouTube. But yeah, if no one wants to do another study group for this week, then I guess just watch the YouTube videos if you have any questions, or if that didn't help, just ask someone in the group chat or email the professor before Friday. But yeah, that's it for this week.
I'm gonna
Where's this video posted?
On YouTube, Becky's been recording the study session, and then she's been posting it on YouTube for those who couldn't make it for today.
Where is it posted under? Because sometimes I have to go back and review stuff. Becky, I see
I send
your,
it in the group chat. Are you in the group chat?
no, I'm not.
No, let me send it through the chat right here. I can send the link right now. It's right there. You can link on it and you can save it on your tab, or you can
All
save
right,
it.
hang on. Let me do a screenshot. This is a new computer. I'm like
Or you could just click on it. It'll take you right directly right now. If you
oh
click your
wait,
mouse on
it
it.
went away. I mean, I've been using computers for over 20 years. I'm not a neophyte, but geez Louise, it went, the thing you sent me went away. Or maybe it's here in the messages.
Yeah,
This is
press on chat.
okay. Okay. And how do I save this? Okay, I'm clicking
It'll
on
take
it.
it'll take you directly to the to the YouTube channel, and you could just save it on your do you have an account, like your Google account? You could save it on your account.
Yeah, but my YouTube account is not, oh wait, oh there's my picture. Oh hi there, me. Somehow, because I have a separate Google account for me than I have for my educational stuff. because otherwise my Gmail for school rolls over into my other thing, but somehow it's connected, so I got it. So
You
sweet.
could just subscribe to my channel, and then they'll probably, every time you log into your YouTube account, you should be able to pull it up.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do a screen print too, just in case. So that's always like a foolproof way, you know, to safeguard against my own idiocy. So,
No.
okay, sweet. Okay, I'll shut up now, everybody.
No, I'm gonna try to see if I could get a co-host or something, just in case for the days that I can log in.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah, we
usually
need to get
weekends
together for that.
Because usually sometimes weekends are harder for me, but if I could make it, I'll try to. But if not, that way you guys don't depend on me to be recorded, so we don't miss anything on the study thing.
And do I need to, last week you guys were giving out phone numbers. Do I need to give you guys my phone number? So if you need to notify me that you guys are doing a study group or something like that?
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Here,
Do you
let me
have-
post. Let me
do you have-
post it right now.
do you have
'Cause
WhatsApp?
Remember you guys said something about maybe doing it Saturday night, and Saturday night, for the heck of it, I logged in. I was like, yeah, you're in a meeting of one. I was like, oh yeah, okay. I guess they're not doing it. So anyway, I there, I just posted to everyone. I don't know why it's not going. I'm hitting enter. Well, why isn't it? I wonder why it's not going out. I hit the message chat and I hit to everyone. I wonder why it's not posting.
What's your phone number? Like for the group, you want it to be added to the group chat?
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm in group chat and I hit to everyone, and I hit enter, and it's the message isn't posting. Huh? My phone number is 623.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't, do this is still recording, Becky. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you
yes,
wanna-
yes, that's true. Sorry, I
That's right. It's
apologize.
recording.
Oh, no, it's going on YouTube. Don't.
Sorry, you're right.
Like,
Oh, I know. I'm an idiot.
It's okay. It's only the first three numbers. Could mean anything.
Hold on, let me stop recording.